The day has come, and this is the day. And this is Northwestern Christian University. We are grateful that you've turned up, especially the PhD and master's students. From our campus, we have like 70 students, and we're looking forward to see them here today. It is a profound fact that anything you can conceive and believe, you can achieve. It is a journey that started 2 years ago, especially for the PhD and the master students. And we are coming to the end of that journey. It wasn't easy. It wasn't a ride in the park. But we thank God that He enabled us throughout all this. For the doctors and those who are, for those who are doing a doctorate and those who are doing masters, as a way of supporting our institution, we have journals here. Very important. Since you are beginning a new journey as a doctor, you realize that we have places that that after here you will not go. We have hotels that you've been going, and after today you will not go there. You are now a doctor. You get it? So we are giving you a journal at only 1,000 shillings. Please make sure you have one and begin your journey well. Begin to write things right here, right from here. So throughout the journey, I know you realized that anybody who knows that he knows that he knows is a teacher. You listen to him and you listen to them, and they have helped you. And this is an old proverb from America that says that anybody who knows, or anyone who knows that he knows that he knows is a teacher. Listen to him. Anyone who does not know but pretends that he knows is a fool. Slap him. But anyone who doesn't know, and is willing to know, is a student. Teach him. And anyone who knows but doesn't know that he knows is simply asleep. Wake him up. I don't know where and who you are, but it is important that you get to know exactly where you belong. Are you a teacher? Are you a student? Are you someone sleeping or who have been sleeping and you've been woken up? Or are you someone who says that you know everything and now you cannot be taught anything? Then that means you are a fool. You are supposed to be slapped. Did you hear that? We went through so many courses or course units, and I know at this level you have enough knowledge to release it to the world for change and transition. When we started this course, we encouraged our students to discover their purpose. And we said that until purpose is discovered, existence has no meaning, because only purpose brings about fulfillment. And that is why we are here today. We know you've worked extra hard as far as your basis and the projects are concerned. And I know you did it all alone. And today, we are here to see exactly what you did. All right? We are here to see exactly what you did. So together with me is Dr. Ruth Kadungu from Mount Kenya University. Register with us right in the tents from Mount Kenya University and also Northwestern Christian University. We have Dr. Pamela from Moi University as well as Northwestern Christian University. We have Dr. Odongo Were from Nairobi University coming in the next few minutes. And therefore, we are asking you to get tuned to the wavelength to make sure that everything is neatly, correctly, and well done. Now, allow me to introduce Dr. Pamela to give her opening remarks.
I am Dr. Pamela Kibet. My area of specialization is strategic management, leadership management, and I don't want to talk much, but just to welcome you all students. I know you have learned a lot, and please, as we make our remarks, as we make our contributions, we are just improving you. We endeavor that you become better and better every day. So take all the corrections positively. Don't take it negatively. We are all learning, and we seek to make you better learners in life. Education does not stop here. We continue learning. That's why we are talking about journals. You will be journaling your ideas, journal the voice of God in your life, journal your issues, and then see how you can improve them and be of help to the society and where you come from. So thank you very much. I don't want to take much, maybe just to let Dr. Ruth make her opening remarks. Thank you.
My name is Ruth. As it has been said, I work with the MKU, and I also help in Northwestern, especially in the area of research. I'm a teacher by profession. I train teachers in the field of early childhood education and counseling. That is my area of specialization. So for me, I'm here to encourage each and every one of you and to assure you that research has got no end. You do it today, tomorrow you realize you missed something. You do it tomorrow, the next day you realize you missed something. So we don't have perfection in research. We have done it, you go even ahead, you publish in a journal, and then you realize there's something you missed out. So we continue perfecting each and every day. And the most interesting part with research is that you'll never miss a critic. That is why in every research that you do, we always give room for further studies. Why do we give room for further studies? Because you will always find people to criticize your work, people to correct your work, people to give you new ideas and all that. And that is why as the panelists, we are here to help you, to guide you, so that you can continue expanding and building on whatever you have already started. So none of you should feel inferior, whether you are doing a degree, a master's, a PhD, research is the same. It has got no any major difference. The only difference comes in the area of coverage and maybe the content and the methodology part of it. So do not shy off, speak your mind, because research is what is in your mind. It's not what you have written. So share your ideas, and then we will help you to put those ideas into a more organized and systematic format. May God do you good and bless you.
70 students are not here today is because many among them fear to be corrected and fear to make mistakes. We don't want you to fear to make mistakes. Make as many mistakes as possible, because through mistakes you will be corrected, and through mistakes many are going to learn. You're going to be perfected. I remember when I was in standard 5, I entered in the office and I made a grammatical mistake. The teacher asked me, "Why didn't you collect the books yesterday?" And I told him, "I didn't saw you." And I thought I was right, and everybody burst into laughter, and I was ashamed. When I went back to my grammar books, I discovered that the mistake I made was, you cannot use a verb in the past and another verb following the same verb in the past. Like, I didn't saw you. It's like I did not cut you with a saw. That is the grammatical mistake I made. You know, when you say I didn't saw you, it's like you did not cut him with a saw. That is the mistake I made. And I learned from that mistake, and now I'm an English teacher. So do not fear to make mistakes. Make as many mistakes as possible.
So I'm Reverend Joel Mosoni from Sito Paul College in Kericho County, and I'm so happy to be one of to be a student in Northwestern Jurywood Seminary. So I'm so happy to be one of you people. I really enjoyed the studies and research. And this is not the end of my work. That is but the beginning. I will not end up here. I just proceed on after graduating my BID. It will be another chapter, maybe to begin or do another BID.
My name is Geoffrey Digare Abungana, a student of PhD in theology. I also teach Northwestern Christian University. I'm also doing my PhD in Maseno Economics, and I'm happy to see you all.
This is Reverend Donald Loia. I'm from Elgeyo Marakwet County. I'm coming here to defend my PhD in leadership, and I am very honored and also blessed to have such an opportunity that God has given me through this university. I am very proud to be a student of this such great university.
My name is Matthew Rotich. I come from Nandi County. My course is Masters in Counseling Psychology. I teach high school in Nandi County. I'm also assisting a theological college in Kericho, teaching counseling again.
My name is Irene Mololo. I am a student in Masters in Counseling, and I also teach in Northwestern, the degree students.
Kwa majina mimi naitwa Joseph Ekal Lolepo. I am a PhD student taking leadership, administration and management. I'm from Turkana County. I also assist to teach the degree students, psychology students in Northwestern Christian University. I am also a student at Texila American University. I'm taking a PhD in public health. I'm on the end of my first year.
I am Kai Moses Kanayo. I'm a Turkana by tribe. I can say I'm privileged today to be here today. I am a master's student in leadership. I am happy to be with you and to meet colleagues for the first time, especially those who are pursuing PhD in leadership. I've known many of them, and I've started now developing that habit of after this course, after my master's degree in leadership, then I should at least join for PhD in leadership.
I'm Esniel Boniface from Turkana County, doing bachelor's in counseling from Northwestern Christian University. Beside that, I work with the Ministry of Health, whereby I work in a comprehensive care clinic. I'm also a third year student at Masinde Muliro University. And I'm privileged to meet all of you here, because now it's like I've seen new faces and I've seen the progress of the people who are doing PhDs, other masters. This is also giving me an opportunity. You are giving me art, but encouraging me maybe at this age that at least I can try, so that at least I can reach my destiny in terms of academics.
Kipsang Nelly Chebet. I'm a pastor I'm also a missionary in Nandi, although I come from Keyo. I'm doing a degree course in theology, and I think it's a privilege for me to interact with people of all profiles.
Okay, I'm Hilda Chelagat. I'm a student in Northwestern Christian University, doing my bachelor's in counseling psychology, and I'm privileged to meet all of you today. Thank you.
Names are Reverend Timothy Kiptanui Muge. I'm serving God, and God has given me a church ministries, and I've come to defend my bachelor's degree, and God has graced me with, God has adorned me with a lot of grace. I have a 22-year publicity in Sayare Radio.
Rachel Wangwe. I'm a student at Northwestern Christian University. I am from Wasingishu County here, and I am blessed to be among you. I thank God for this opportunity, and I also thank God for our teachers and for many things that we have learned, and I thank God for all the goodness that He has shown to my life.
I'm Gideon Mutis, and I am born again. I'm glad to be in this place. I'm doing a degree in theology. By profession, I am police officer in Kenya. May God bless you.
Good morning. My name is Charity. I'm a student in Northwestern Christian University. I'm taking a degree in counseling psychology and social work, and I'm so happy to be here with you all today. Barikiwe.
It is now time to hand over the journals to the PhD and master students by Dr. Pamela. So master students, for those who came late, you are beginning a journey, and as a university, we organized, we planned that you get at least a journal so that you can begin a new journey towards your destiny. As a doctor, you realize that we have places that you used to go that you will not be going. We have hotels, Mabati hotels under new management, where you've been eating. You will no longer be eating from there because the status are changing. We are preparing you for new life towards your destiny. That's why when you started your course, we introduced you to our general course referred to as Christian Life Development that left each one of you with a difference. Dr. Joel Mosonik, and then Dr. Joseph Lolepo. We are really praying that that book leaves you with a difference, because we must live differently. Have we finished with the doctors? Let's come to master's students. Let's look at Rotich, Matthew. As they come. But it's high time we talk about Northwestern Christian University, face to face, but online. We are really grateful that you trusted us without even meeting us. I want to welcome Dr. Abigail, right here, as we begin. Geoffrey Abungana, hope you are ready. Before he does that, let me allow Dr. Abigail to introduce herself, and if she has something to say, to do so now or be quiet forever. Karibu sana.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Were. I work at the University of Nairobi, and sometimes I teach at Northwestern Christian University, and I do research. And I can see some proposals here. So we shall work together. Thank you.
From Kisii University, Dr. Were from Nairobi University. We're ready to analyze and mark what you did. So get ready. We are beginning with the first candidate or student, PhD student, Dr. Geoffrey Abongan. So, you were to hand over your copies. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So welcome, Geoffrey. The panel is going to be very kind to all of you students, and they will give credit where it is due. Will give credit where it is due. I was saying the panel is going to be fair to everybody. I hope you all went through the training, and we have to start with you. Give us the title of your project or your thesis. A case study or a case? Here it is a case. And also you cannot study the whole county. So it is better it remains a case of Vihiga County. Studying is something different. And just a case of Word of Faith churches in Vihiga County. Okay, continue.
I had 5 objectives. Dr. Robinson. And I printed it just tonight. I printed it late. It's okay.
This is the cover page. It starts with the cover page. No, don't copy his. His is wrong. You have seen me putting arrows down, which means this one will have come down here. There is no word by. Just write your name and equals maybe registration number. Then down here, submitted for this and this down here. Then it ends. And the format should look nice. That's one. Then from the cover page, you go to declaration. From the cover page, you go to declaration. Check yours. If it's not following that format, then know that you are wrong. You will repeat the exercise. Declaration, then after declaration, we have acknowledgement. After declaration, we have the acknowledgement. Check yako kama iko hivi. After acknowledgement is when you go to dedication. After acknowledgement, you go to dedication. Then if you are finished with the dedication, you will now go to the abstract. After dedication, you now go to the abstract. Then after the abstract, you go to the table of contents. Are we together? After the abstract, you go to the table of contents. I'm just giving out the format. Then after the table of contents, we have list of figures. After list of figures, we have list of tables. Then we have acronym. After acronym, we have abbreviations. Abbreviations. That one, we will have finished the preliminaries of any basis or any project. They are like that, internationally. Then from there, we come now to chapter 1. We come now to chapter 1. In chapter 1, we have the background of the study. That is 1.1, background of the study. Let's go first because ni nyingi. Then after background of the study, we have statement of the problem. Then purpose of the study. Purpose of the study. Objectives of the study. Next is objectives of the study. After purpose, we have objectives of the study. Then from those objectives, we can now get research questions or hypotheses. So what follows is research questions, stroke, hypothesis. Because when you use hypothesis, you don't use questions. Then we go to justification of the study. In some other university, they also have significance of the study. After justification, significance of the study. Why is it important? Then we have scope of the study. Scope of the study. Then assumptions of the study. What are the assumptions? Then finally in chapter 1 we have limitations. Limitations and stroke delimitations. We are through with chapter 1. So that you know whether your document is following the format. So we go to chapter 2. Literature review. That's chapter 2. Literature review. We have introduction. Then we have review of the literature. Review of the literature. After introduction, now have the review of the literature according to the study variables. According to the study variables. Then the knowledge gaps. Now introduce the knowledge gaps after that. You have now reviewed the study, now you have seen where the gap is. So you tell us, where is the gap that has made you do your study? Then we have conceptual framework, stroke theoretical framework. In other universities, especially Kisii, I know, their format has a conceptual framework in chapter 1. And I've always doubted it. Anyway, I don't know if they have seen it. But internationally, conceptual framework and theoretical framework comes in chapter 2. Or in the panel, you have something to say there? In chapter 1. So where is our format? Which format are you going to use? Huh? Eh?
Chapter 1.
End of chapter 1.
Yeah, end of 1.3.
Mimi, I know conceptual framework in chapter 2. But I can adjust to that. Can give it that doubt. Then summary of literature reviewed. Then definitions of key terms. Definitions of key terms. Here to memorize chapter 2. There's operational definition of terms down. After that, operational definition of terms. Chapter 3. Chapter 3, introduction. Chapter 3 is research methodology. So, the methods. So we have introduction, research design, and target population. Then sampling design, data collection methods and procedures, data analysis methods and justification. That's in chapter 3, end of chapter 3. Data analysis methods and justification. Are we writing the report or the proposal stage? It is the final stage. Final stage. So we go to chapter 4. Chapter 4. Introduction as usual. Reliability and validity. Reliability and validity test results of research instruments. Reliability and validity test results of the research instruments. Have you gotten that? Eh? Then descriptive data presentation and validity of test results of research instruments. Then the end of chapter 4, descriptive data presentation. Descriptive data presentation as per research question stroke objectives. And then variable summary. Such question stroke objectives stroke variables summary. Then the last part is chapter 5. Findings and conclusions. Introduction. Then you go to findings as per research objectives, stroke research questions. What did you find in the objective? Are you through? The questions you have analyzed, what did you get? If you use question, you don't use hypothesis. That is what I know. But if you use hypothesis, then you shall have hypothesis test. Summary of findings. Summary of findings. Conclusions. Then recommendations. Then suggestions for further research. Tumemaliza chapter 5. So where do we go next? After chapter 5? You go to references, ndio? Using which format? APA format, ndio? For all citations. Use APA formats. And it should be done alphabetically. When you are giving the references, they should follow the alphabetical order. For master's class, not less than 40 citations. For master's class, not less than 40 citations. For PhD, not less than 100 citations. Then we go to appendixes, ndio? After referencing, we go to appendixes. In the appendixes, what I expect to get is the research instruments. In the appendixes, if I open the appendixes page, I would like to see the research instruments. I would like to see letters to research participants. The letter you wrote to research participants. I'm a student at this university and I'm doing this and this. Yeah, that format of that letter. Any supporting document related to the study, if it's there, and so forth. Then you go to the budgets. The budget must be there in the appendix, the budgets. Providing the activities and their estimated cost in the document. Then we have finally the time frame. From this time to this time you are doing this. this time to this time we are doing this. And that's the end of the document. So when you are going through your document, we are expecting those things. Nani alifanya hivyo yote kulingana na hiyo format? Or is there a place we have disagreed? Yes?
The purpose of the study? The purpose of my study was to analyze.
Where are you?
I'm just giving it as a summary. Purpose of the study. The purpose of my study is to analyze the factors affecting church planting in Kenya, and specifically what the faith churches in Vihiga. That purpose was supported by 5 objectives. Objective number 1 was on evangelism. Objective number 1, the specific objectives that are supporting the purpose of the study.
Tell us 1, to establish, 2, to do this. That's what tell us the objective now.
Maybe the reason, Chair, was because we can allow the students to open through the document himself because he doesn't have a hard copy.
That's the thing. So we cannot, and in the beginning, he should tell us of head, because that is his work. A summary of your document of head.
Not to read through, how to read to us. Like for example, the objective, you can say the objective 1 was to establish blah blah blah, was to analyze blah blah blah. You can go through that, but not to read the entire thing. There's this thing where you just open your laptop and you start reading. My objective was that you read through it because we have the copy here. So at least just for the objectives, but the rest you have to express yourself, and because it's your work, you did it.
That's what I mean, the objective. That's the first thing somebody gets here. Yeah, you cannot forget. The objectives, those simple 4 things.
I was making that because I know most of them did not get the opportunity to present their proposal where they could have received the guidelines. Because looking at what Jeffrey has done is already a project. It is a final process. So if we had presented the proposal, we would have gotten the guideline on how to go about in presenting the final process.
He did not defend the proposal. So how can you allow him to present the report? Sincerely, in which university? In which university? You don't defend the proposal, then you come and defend the report. Impossible. Director, yes.
If I can chip in there, that time when the defendant able to defend, I remember Michael and myself, those who are doing the PhD, we were able to present it. So I think that the issue of proposal was there. Maybe now, the final.
You presented the proposal how? Through Skype?
Yeah.
To a panel?
No, not, okay, we were few, not the panel was small. Those who are teaching. Who are teaching at that time.
Actually, that is why we are asking for mercy and grace. Because of that, we were not able to meet. Some had been disconnected, gone, to villages and other places, network and other things.
Because of COVID.
So allow mercy and grace. If you can allow him to present up to the last page, and then we can give corrections for the sake of trying to read the correct.
Thank you. But we agree that if it is corrected here, we will go and correct the work.
Yeah.
We agree with that.
Yeah, because the supervisor.
Whatever is corrected here.
The supervisor will have to sign a certificate of
No,
completion.
he corrects, we shall write the notes.
Yes.
He corrects, bring it back to us, not to the supervisor.
Okay.
To
Yes.
us.
Yeah, it is fine.
And we rectify.
Even
Because
by
we don't know
tomorrow,
how to sign things.
even by tomorrow.
we
Yes.
assure you that the corrections are very important. Also. So we need to go back to our soft copies, we send for corrections and make it that is needed. And then
Can they be able to send you a soft copy?
If it is corrected,
Yes.
we can offer to be around tomorrow and get some. Because
somebody should be able to do that night and finish.
Yeah, because I don't want to sign something about in the following week meeting or this. Director.
Yes.
This is a serious job, my brother.
Keep it up.
Okay. Objective number 2.
Chair, I wish that, because I know them, but I may not know word by word, but I know exactly my objectives as they are following one another.
So you just tell me in one word in number 2.
Yes,
I'll be okay.
Number 2 is on education and church planting. Number 3 is on
influence of education in church planting.
Yes.
Yes, continue.
Then number 3 is influence of resources in church planting. Number 4 is influence of age on church planting. And then number 5, the last one, is the influence of spousal consent on church planting. And the research, I used research questions which follow the objectives as they are from number 1 to number 5.
Yes.
Then on the scope of the study, the geographical scope was Vihiga County, that's Kenya, Vihiga County. And in terms of the population, we had a population of 192 and a sample size of 42. I'm saying the geographical scope.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yes. That is Kenya, Vihiga County. Then in terms of population and sample size, the population was 192 from 32 churches, but the sample was 20%. That is according to Kothari 2004. A sample size was between 10 to 30, but that we will discuss it later. And then from there, I think I did not do the assumptions, I did not do the delimitations and limitations, but I went to the conceptual framework where I was presenting the dependent variable and the independent variable. And my independent variables are as per my objectives, and the dependent variable is church planting. Which is my dependent variable is church planting, which is shown from a diagrammatical presentation. Then literature review, I reviewed several, before I go to the empirical, we had the theoretical literature review, and I used 2 models as a principle guiding my study. The first model was what we call the pioneer model, and in this pioneer model, this whereby the church is planned in an area that has never been evangelized before. There is no support from any person other than that person who is doing the church planting from the first step. The second model was a model called the mother-daughter model, and in this kind of church planting model is whereby the mother church supports the daughter. The daughter is the church that is being planted and is supported in terms of human resource, that is staffing, skills and expertise, and number 2, financial resources. That is for the literature, theoretical literature review. And then for the empirical literature review, for the purpose of our timer, just allow me to pick one of the objectives, and that is evangelism. I saw from most of the literature we had a disconsensus in literature review and the results. Like for example, when you look at evangelism, a writer like Bishop, but I may not give the exacts here, Bishop says that evangelism and church planting are bitter rivals. So evangelism cannot affect church planting. And when you look at the works of Gelder 2012, Gelder gives a different opinion on that. And he says evangelism and church planting are one and one the same. So now you see, these two scholars are giving us different results. So if they are giving us different results, then it requires that we check at the research design or the methodology that they used. Most of them, they were using descriptive, using the measures of central tendency in that case. But you and I know the issues that we have with the central tendency like me. Meaning just gives the overall, but when you go to the specifics, you will find it may not be the real issue. That's why you may find there was this consensus in the results. On my part, to try and fill that gap, I decided to use both the methods, the descriptive method, and also to do a correlational research design, whereby I want to see the effect of the independent variable and the dependent variable. SPSS.
SPSS?
Yes.
In food, what does it mean?
Statistical package for social sciences.
For social sciences.
Yes.
It's only used, version 21?
Yes, version 21.
Version 21?
Yes.
Okay.
And then lastly, through the chair, you need to check on the reference. They are few. They are less than even put.
I just realized, after you said 100 for PhD.
And then also the page. PhD you need not less than 100 pages. You need 100 references. Even the back of the documents. It looks like a proposal.
Okay, he's almost there. According to Northwestern format, they range from 80 to 100. So it's almost. So you have to.
And you know, 80 to 100 means we do with the Roman numbers. We start from 1. So you don't count the abstract, the cover page. We don't count that. We start from chapter 1.
Actually, those number of pages, I had that manual for Northwestern University. It was the one that I was using as a guide. But I know normally it is supposed to be for the normal academics, contemporaries, more than 100. Approximately 22,000 words.
Now, our query with the literature.
Yes.
When you are reviewing the literature, you give us examples. Yeah, it is like a spiral road from the developed countries to the developing ones, then to the developed countries. You give us samples. Now we want the age and church planning in New Zealand. This and this happened, and the results were good. But starting from USA, UK, and so forth, coming down to the Asians, to Africa, to Kenya, and then you go to Viega. In every review you are doing, tell us something, because we are not starting it here. These things were done. Church planning actually is a continuous process, isn't it? So what happened when you are planning churches in Pennsylvania or in Oregon? Tell us. Somebody must have talked about church planning somewhere in the advanced countries. Then what about Africa, East Africa, and Kenya? And then to our county, you come from the larger Bini to inakaa kama kafanya sawa. That's the literature really should look like that. Embark on our good Kenyan experience. Education and church planning. Okay, okay. And you know, the review should be related to the objective. And the objective must also be related to the conceptual framework. They go together. And the objective, conceptual framework, and the review, they go together. So you connect them. It's a review, you start with objective 1. You review objective 1, objective 2, 3, and in most cases, objective. At this level, let them be formed. To help you. Let them be formed. Okay. You'll get what we have recommended.
Chair.
Yes.
Yes. So, I want to congratulate Jeffrey. We have some people here. Go now as for what the panelists are also saying. There are various things that have to be looked into, despite Northwestern having a different format. There is that a minimum standard that we expect from the PhD. I will not repeat most of what they have said. There are editorial issues that you really need, editorial and formatting issues that you really need to pay attention to. And I think that one will come from the final page. I'll concentrate more on your chapter 3 and chapter 4 because you've been told about chapter 2, which I really wish to repeat. So we can see that you're using two designs. Maybe explain to us why you're using two designs, that is descriptive and formulational.
The reason why I'm using one, if you look at the correlation study design, it is showing you how two variables are related to one another. So you can actually do a forecast if you want to do that. That's according to Gujarati 2004. And then the descriptive one, you are just describing using the measures of central tendency, how one factor affects the other.
Just not going to say so much. I would humbly submit to you that you did not need descriptive design. You only need one design. Because descriptive, actually it is a correlational survey design, whereby you still have descriptive results. The design is not dictated by how you analyze the data, but it is just a broad plan of what are you investigating, linking it to the significance of the study. And if your study, as you say, is to forecast the way churches should do planting, then for your study, you just go with one research design, which is formulational research design. Then I'll come to your target population. So there I'm recommending you remain with formulational research design, which you describe well how it fits within the study. Then we come to the target population, which you have decided to blend it with the study area. I don't know if that is the format, but they are not the same thing. So you go back to the format guideline of the institution so that they see if you can separate or if you can bundle them together. And in your target population, I'm seeing you targeted 32 World Faith churches in Vihiga County. And in that 32, you targeted how many? You targeted 192 committee members from these churches. But now when we come to the sample size, I can see you did an equal proportion, but because the churches are having equal numbers of committee members, is that so?
Yeah,
most of them, but the ban isn't it?
They are around 6, an average of 6.
So you cannot go with an average. What you do is for each church that you are targeting, for you to have a representative sample size, because some churches, if it is an average, it means there's a church of 3. So So where did you get the other 3 people from this church? It means you either interviewed the consultants who are not having essential information that the study required. So what you would have adopted is proportionate sampling. After you tell us 32 and you need 38 members from the whole church, so in each of them you go to a table, how many committee members? You pick a proportionate of the same. So I would advise here you apply proportionate sampling formula.
Maybe let me respond to that. There's somewhere that I've said that we are going to use a purposive. Purposive for the sole reason the issue of cost effectiveness. The churches that were closer to the researchers. And when you look at those churches, the bishop of those churches is the one who gave me that information beforehand. That's how I came to 6-6. You see, Word of Faith churches is a global church. Then it comes to Kenya, which is led by Bishop.
So these are 6 churches?
Those are 7 churches. And each of them has an exact number of officials, which is 6. Yes.
Because, okay, in your earlier discussion you said it's an average. So there are churches with more and there are churches with few. That's why I was proposing the proportionate sampling. However, despite just revisit it to see that the sample size that you're giving us is representative. Because looking at the target population, if the target population is 6, and then you give me a sample size of 6, it simply tells me you've done a census. There is no you studied everyone. Is that okay?
Yes.
So just review it so that it brings out the information that you want to give. Yes. Just and then now the other parts just a few important issues. But now when we come to chapter 4, we did quite a good job. I don't know the format for the for them, but the table always will do some editing such that we do not see value and we see percentage. On SPSS, we only present the final percentage. We do not want to see cumulative percentage. It's a table where you show the variable indicator that was measured, the frequency, and the valid percentage, which is not even written valid percentage, because SPSS tells you this is the real percentage that you should report. But these others are just information that is not required to report. So the table should have 3 columns showing the indicator, the frequency, and the percentage. That's something you can correct. And ensure that the name of the indicator is indicated left. This one is blank. I just look at 140 to 150. Are they chicken or what are they? Then you cannot tell me M&M. I can interpret it into anything. Write the indicator in its full form. So basically on a quick look, that's what I can say. But lastly, we have done a very good job in giving us the means, standard deviations, and the end. Actually, in the end should come up here. It should not have its own column. This end should come up here because now it is telling us the same information. But what is contextual is how is your planting? Because now you say you've done correlation. And in correlation, you're looking at how the independent variable is affecting or influencing, for this matter, the dependent variable. But looking at your questionnaire, there are no questions that are measuring the dependent variable. I cannot see anything on church planting.
We have one question. When you look at the demographics,
yes, I'm there. How old is your church?
There is the issue of how many daughter churches do you have if you have any?
Sorry, how many?
The issue of daughter churches. Daughter churches means you are the principal church but you have planted other
Yes,
churches.
yes.
So that's an issue of expansion.
Yeah, actually it's the number of churches. Let it come out clearly that this is just the same way of saying general information. That's why you cannot be able to see it. It's a general information. It should come the way of saying evangelism and church planting, resource and church planting.
I've been assisted in this school because even the amount I'm being paying in terms of school, the school fees is actually reasonable. It is not that much. And I've been getting assistance from even the school director, Dr. Makoka, and even Dr. Mutai, who has been also very assisting me in terms of carrying a research. And this time, I'm privileged and honored to be here. And I feel encouraged that in future, I will be in a position to propel ahead in terms of my studies, so that I can be in a position to reach my destiny in terms of academics.
My name is Irene Mololo, and I'm taking Masters in Counseling Psychology. I've also been lecturing in the degree program for those that are taking counseling, and it has been a wonderful time with the students, with my work. I also do some other works out there. I'm a businesswoman, so it has been a good challenge for me as a mother, as a wife, and being able to coordinate everything. But I thank God that He's enabled me this far. He's my Ebenezer. He's helped me. So I want to really appreciate the university, the leadership of the university, for the opportunity to serve and the opportunity to study, and not just to study, but to add knowledge that is impacting people's lives. That is my greatest joy and desire, to impact people's lives with what I've learned.
My name is Joseph Lolepo. I am a PhD student at Northwestern Christian University. I'm from Turkana County. I work as an administrator with Turkana County government. I was doing a PhD in leadership, administration and management, which I believe is one area that is relevant to my work as an administrator. Being in Northwestern Christian University has taught me a lot of things. The first thing is it has taught me to be humble. It has also taught me to give back to the society. So all the time that I've been around, the lecturers have been supportive. We've done our research under their supervision, and the supervision was good. The teaching was also good. I will highly recommend Northwestern Christian University to students from marginalized communities who might not have capital or funds to support their education, because in Northwestern University is a very modest and very humble university where we get scholarship to undertake our studies, and it has been so helpful for us who have not been able to get the money to go to expensive universities.
Kai Moses Kanayo. I work with the county of Turkana as a ward administrator, and I've come here today to North Christian University, which is here in Kenya, to defend my thesis in leadership, administration and management, master's degree. First, I am happy for this golden chance offered by the Northwestern University, Northwestern Christian University, a chance of scholarship that had been a problem to some of us in Turkana County, because we could not be in a position to raise money or funds for acquiring higher education.